let's go to the ruins. We have 3 hours to create as much art as possible. Let's go. Ooh, I have actually been here before, and this is a really cool one to explore because there's so many little nooks and crannies that you can go in. Oh, that's probably a toilet. It's quite small actually. Oh wow, that is small. Doing it for the art. It's really small. Okay, it's just a hole. It's just a hole. You know what? This is a lot smaller than I thought it was, so I think we'll head back. Is it a bit smaller than I thought it would be? Oh, look how cool it looks, especially with all the flowers. These weren't here last time. Maybe we should start right in the middle there. Are you ready? Ah, we got 3 hours from now. Okay, so I got the little sketchbook, and I got a couple of wild cards this time. I got these. I think they could be fun. Maybe that big tower up there. Although I'm not sure how well it's gonna go this way around. Would it be silly if we do it like that? These are the only colors that I've got. Honestly, I don't tend to spin the sketchbook around like this because, I don't know, it's just not super satisfying when you're flicking through. If we're gonna do this tower, I think it has to be kind of a bigger one there. I think maybe that needs to be further along. But I also want to explore. I want to show you as well because this is a really cool place. Okay, that is a rough sketch, but this bit here is a little bit off because it's supposed to be further along. Maybe just go over a lot of it. With acrylics, you have a lot more time. You have a lot more opportunities to kind of fix it. Hoping these aren't going to dry up too much in the sun. When I'm out like this for the day, I think it's really important to do a warm-up piece, and that's what this one is. Kind of needs to like feel natural in your hands, you know? Yeah, this might be drying a little bit. These are the colors that we've got. So the next option would be blue because everything above here really is the sky. It's struggling in the sun. Just because you're outside, you don't need to create something realistic. Grass. Oh, the green looks good. Yeah, that's a bit more juicy. Ooh. So purple obviously isn't in what we're looking at, but purple and blue are cool, so they're really good shadow colors. I mean, the other option we do have is actually adding a little bit of yellow on top. I'm gonna move on to the pink line work in just a moment, which hopefully will kind of bring it all together. All right, let's go for the pink. This is the scary part. This is kind of reminding me of the towers that I drew in Rome. Well. It's a bit scary because it's actually really deep and I've got my camera right next to it. Up here, oh, there's a little archway. I forgot about that. Just adding squiggles really for the bricks because if I was going to add every individual brick, we'd be here all day. Also makes the background look a little bit less obvious that it's patchy. I don't mind it being patchy because it does kind of add something. It adds a bit of texture. And that's also why I only picked a handful of markers so that we're not sat here trying to decide what's the best color because, like, let's be real, the castle is not pink. We have to make do. It's a very different style to what I normally go for. It's not realistic at all, but hopefully this gives you a little bit more of an idea of what you can do when you're creating art outside. And it still kind of looks like the actual tower, right? Like, I'll remember where it came from because it looks enough like it. That only took 20 minutes. Okay, why don't we go explore a little bit? Because there's definitely something here that we can draw. This is a room. Quite cool. It's completely in shade though. Maybe it was like a cellar or something. Oh, what's this? Ooh, and the hole. Or do we go up the stairs? Oh, look at this. Ah, this could be cool. This is the mysterious room. These are mysterious stairs. Let's go in the room. That's so cool. A mysterious hallway. And it ended. Maybe we'll go down there later and try and do a painting. Yeah, this could definitely work. Okay, this is the other one. This one might be cooler because of this part here. I think we'll draw this one. Of course, we need the window in it. I just love those. We've got the sketchbook. I picked up some Neo colors. And if you want to see everything that I normally bring in this bag, I've actually made a video on my channel. It's called like, what's in my bag? It's everything I bring outside, including this weird bag system. These are the ones I got. Don't think we're gonna do another portrait, but actually that would work really well. You know what? I think we're just gonna do the one page. I use yellow for the sketch. I think that's the most forgiving forgiving color. I haven't actually used Neocolors outside since we did this at the zoo, so I don't know how it's gonna go. Try and get the lines right this time. We'll do this one. Oh gosh, that's wrong already. Not exactly the same. It does actually get a bit bigger. It does get a bit wider, so that kind of looks right. Trees, we've got a lot of buildings there, which is gonna be a bit tricky. So if we press lightly, this is what it looks like, and then if we press really hard, that's what you get. I think the bars are gonna have to be purple really, because it needs to be quite a dark color that can go on top. In the Daily Doodle Diary vlog, I got them from Facebook Marketplace, it was really cool. And I'll probably layer yellow on top, try and mix a new color. This is very much a trust the process kind of one though. You can see it's going a bit weird already. This yellow is like the exact same shade as the other one that I bought, so it's probably gonna look quite similar in a weird way. This is not working. I think we'll have to do the windows a really dark color as well. Maybe like purple with brown on top. Although this is looking really similar to what I created when I created this book with the wizard. This looks identical to that. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it down below. Maybe we'll use this one for the shadow because I think this is probably closest to the brown. Oh, I've lost the window. I think it might be here maybe. I don't mind stylizing these though, because when it comes to the painting, that will be a little bit more realistic. I only picked these Neocolors because they were like the most sharp ones. I like the colors and they were already sharp. That's why I picked these ones. But it is kind of needed. It is there. None of these colors are right though. When you create art outside like this, you can't bring all of your supplies, you know? But maybe a white would have been good. I didn't think about bringing a white. It looks like sick. Could we add blue or pink? What would make it look less like sick? We've got yellow and brown. Yeah, this might be a bit more like it. Oh, I thought I picked up the bronze, but this one is actually cinnamon. I never would have called that. We'll just add more squiggles. Okay, so using all of these, we created this. It's fun and quirky, and just because you're out in the open creating art, doesn't mean it always has to be realistic. Saying that, we're now gonna go create a realistic landscape in watercolor. Maybe we'll go to that chair. So I think we're gonna go for this side rather than what's behind me, because that's quite similar to what we've already done. We got a lovely little window. Also, look at that. Can you see that flower there? I don't know if we're gonna be able to include that with watercolor, but that's like the cutest thing. Oh, there's some up the top as well. But before we do that, I wanna go explore that hole. This weird one that was below where we were earlier. Ooh, I mean, I guess you could draw this technically. And maybe that one. I guess that's for the weapons and such back in the day. Oh, there's some stairs over here. Another window. That may have been a toilet. I guess that could be the second one. All right, so now we need the wet bag. I think we're gonna need these first. Let's try and get that first sketch looking okay. This was the last one we did. This was like September, it's been so long. And I think I'm still gonna do it landscape, even though most of it is gonna be on that side, just because I think it will look better. It does go really high though. Maybe this bit here needs to be lower. We've got some rogue trees. So I think I'm going with this now. And I'm just gonna make it a bit jaggedy. I'm not gonna base it too much on what is in front of us, because when you're creating art outside, I think you have to be quite quick and accept that like it's not gonna be perfect. Now, I don't wanna forget that little daisy, so I'm gonna pop that here. Oh, that's so cute. I also kinda wanna cut out the fence that's there because I don't like it. Really, this is more like guidelines, but I do think the fine liner helps. And then at the back, we've just got the hills. I think that's good. I think we're good to start. I'm just gonna rub it out. And I do genuinely think that this is the fastest way to do it. To just pop down some rough pencil lines and then go over and fine line it and rub it out. And I've got these two water brushes, which will hopefully be enough. I don't know how much time is left on the timer. We're just gonna have fun with this. We're not leaving until we've created art non-stop for 3 hours. The sky is actually very blue. I think I'm just gonna pop that on. And as you'll see, this is gonna dry pretty much instantly because it's so sunny. Now, I wanna try not to get too much on the building, because if we get blue on the building and then add yellow, we're gonna get green, and that's not ideal. So the sky is pretty much already dry. This is a difficulty when it comes to painting outside. And I think we have two options here. Firstly, you can go really loose, just splash a little bit of color on, have fun. And the second option is to really layer. Oh, I forgot, we need the sky in here. Hopefully we might be able to create a blend if we're really quick about it. And we'll just fill in those areas that we marked loosely. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think, at this stage. The darkest green is probably the closest trees, and then the back ones are a little bit more blue. Okay, maybe I used a little bit too much indigo, but I like it. Can you imagine how difficult this would be if you didn't have the fine liner there though? If you were just using pencil, try and join it up as best as I can, but obviously it is a spiral bound sketchbook. I think the brush isn't quite working with me. It's starting to dry up a little bit. The sun is in fact sunning. The wall is kind of like yellow ochre. Let's mix a bunch of colors together, and I'm gonna try and pop them on near each other so they are slightly different tones. That's the aim. And maybe this, and just combine a few. This is probably gonna dry so fast. It's not quite wet on wet. It is still a little bit patchy, but I think there's a bit more dimension to it like this. So what I might do is add a little bit of purple actually, just to really bring in those shadows. Okay, then we'll use the slightly lighter tone here. Yeah, you don't always need the best supplies. I think as long as you use them and you know how to use them, like, the best thing you can do is just get experience with the supplies that you've got. Let's pop down some random colors here. We've got a big area. This bit here is lighter because it's in front. It wouldn't look that far off if you squinted your eyes and it looked a bit blurry. I don't know about you, but when I paint, I feel like so much time passes without even realizing. This bit here needs to be really light, so I'm just gonna put yellow all the way. Pop down that purple, and I'm just gonna continue the exact same thing for this bit over here. This is how the yellow always gets dirty. And the green isn't super dark. Some more texture if I can. Just gonna loosely follow the line down. I don't really mind if it doesn't fully cover it. This is how it looks. I love all of the different colors that we've got here. I think it really works. I might stick with watercolor again. Maybe we'll do like a mixed media piece. And wait, how much time is left? 56 minutes. So far we've done 2 drawings and 1 painting in 2 hours, which is pretty good because we're not racing through. We are just having fun. I mean, really, you could draw all of this, right? So this is the only sign we've been able to find. This is where we are. So I guess we were kind of on this side earlier, and that's kind of what it would look like. But there's so many castles everywhere across the UK, so you really can't find them anywhere. The mysterious stairs. And this looks like a nice little spot. So I guess that's the moat. It's pretty, but this one's in the shade, unfortunately. I want to go there, but there's someone over there right now. How dare they? Okay, but this here is so pretty. Look at this archway. This is it. I think this is the location of our sketch, but we'll go see. Oh, it's so pretty. We have a lovely little chair, but unfortunately there's like nothing in front of it. So we might have to tilt a little bit. Maybe do that angle there from here. I'm gonna grab the little sketchbook. What's happened there? Maybe that was the way that I was holding it. I'm gonna try and do the sketch in watercolor. Add color pencils on top to define it. So this bit here, there's actually like a lighter section here. Very dark. But again, we're just gonna block in the areas really. And then this bit here is in shadow again. Okay, this is gonna be a difficult one to trust the process for because even I'm struggling. And it kind of goes straight. Can you imagine if that was it? So in this bag, I've got pencils, rainbow pencils and Neo colors. These are the big jumbo Cretacolor ones that I picked up in Rome. So the darkest point is actually a lot lower than we've done, which might be a little bit awkward here. And then it's actually really high up. This bit here is very jaggedy, very falling apart. And the shadow, I guess, is here. Now we've got that, maybe we need a little bit more watercolor actually. Just because we've got the darkest section here, which I think needs to stand out a bit more. Obviously this is drawing paper, it's not intended for watercolor, but I think you can see the vision a little bit better. And we've got a pretty harsh shadow here. Just adding a little bit of orange for that brightest part. And colour pencil tends to go on top watercolour absolutely fine. Try and improve that. Maybe I'll try and add some of the stones over here with the red. When it comes to creating art outside, it doesn't need to be incredible. Like, it's not going to be incredible. You're not at your desk. You haven't got all of your supplies. The most important part is finding your creativity. I hope that you grab your pencils and go outside, and you could do it anywhere. I think I'm going to line this in red actually so that it joins up to the top. Otherwise, it's going to look like it's a different piece. I think that timer is probably going to go off shortly, to be honest. I don't want to cover too much of the watercolor up though, because that is nice and it's lots of different colors. This is a bit of a mess, but this big red smear, that was that. Oh, it's time. Let me show you. A little bit harder to tell what it is when it's on its own, but I think it does kind of look like that. We did it! We spent 3 hours trapped in the castle ruins to see just how much art I could make, and I think we succeeded. Why don't you grab your art supplies, go outside and create? If you haven't already, why don't you give this video a like? Check out the whole playlist down below, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye bye!